Mic check.
Checking. Mic check. Checking.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Chip Tournament, sponsored by New Jersey Pool Scene, hosted by QBall Billiards in Vineland, New Jersey. I'm Lee Blanchard of New Jersey Billiard Streams, and joining us tonight as our co-commentator is Joe Bassetti of Pool Players Care.
Good evening. I'm super excited to be here tonight. Brad does a great job running these tournaments. Lee does a great live stream, and I'm happy to analyze the table, Lee, and see how these players do. It's a small field, but it's a strong field from what we have tonight, and I look forward to seeing some good play.
Almost always a strong field here. It's hard to get away from that.
Yeah, it's definitely a quality over quantity tonight. Say that.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a little light, but a lot of players in here are strong. So I think you're going to see a lot of good matches early. Very little wait time. It's not going to be a long tournament at all, but you're going to see a lot of good play.
What's our first match is going to be Carlo Favoretto. We don't have an opponent yet. And what's our count, 25?
I think it was around mid-20s. Yeah, I think the weather kept people out today.
We got the weather. We got a couple other tournaments this weekend. We got a Sixers game on. I think a lot of things go into it. So we're just going to have a couple of minutes until the first matches come out, and then we're going to get started. We're going to talk about a lot of things tonight. We'll talk about pool. We're going to talk about Pool Players Care.
I'm looking forward to it. When he asked me if I could guest commentate, like if I'm available, I'm there. Like I said, I enjoy everything it does. I think Brad and you bring a lot of interest weekly to the area, and I think it's very important for pool. Like I said, this room didn't have many tournaments before Brad and you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been something that's sustaining, so I'm happy to see.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well. I mean, last night was a little bit of a light turnout. Tonight's a little bit of a light turnout, but we've been hitting mid-40s. A few weeks ago, we had a full field of 64.
Yeah, and as the weather gets warmer, I think the numbers will stay around that. You know, it's just how pool is. It's an indoor sport, outdoor season.
Exactly.
You know, people get the golf clubs out, put the pool away. It happens, but like I said, we have a very strong field tonight. A lot of good players. I mean, you got 25, but I would say there's at least 10 over 600 in the room, some pushing 700. I'm looking forward to seeing how they play, and we'll talk about the games.
Yep. And you're right about the sustainability. We've been doing it from QBall for about 18 months now. I think we started in October. Bruce Brush is Carlo's first opponent. Bruce at the bottom of your screen, Carlo at the top. And it looks like Bruce won that lag.
All right, so it looks like Carlo's going to start off with the break here. One thing I could tell you, you're not going to see any slow play, especially from Carlo. Highly offensive. One of my favorite players to watch.
I'm going to tell him you called him offensive.
He doesn't. Yeah, he's super offensive. On multiple facets. Nah, but he's a good guy. He shoots well. Not too familiar with Bruce. I see he gets 6 chips, but I know he plays.
Bruce is very deliberate. Very smart player, too. If he doesn't see the run out, he's definitely going to take the safe, and he's pretty darn good at it. I wouldn't say Bruce is slow, but he's not fast, for sure. Chris, thanks for tuning in. We've got 20, I think it's 25 tonight.
Going to be really curious to see, too, because it's got 4 1/4 pockets, and the table has broken in quite a bit.
Yeah, it has.
You're not going to see a lot of sliding balls tonight. It's going to have to hit the balls pretty true.
Bruce doesn't get anything to fall. He's going to walk away. And Carlo, I think we might see a push here, Joe, with that position of the 2. Or at the very least, he's going to make this and try to get in safe. That was really tough. Wow, he might have actually.
I think he can see it.
Yeah,
So what
I
you're going to
think he
see
can.
here is a little bit of high. He's going to try to drive through this one ball if he can see it, just to get a slight angle on the 2 ball, on the 3. So he's just snookered. Yep.
Yeah, I could tell when he looked at it. He made a little grimace. I thought he might play safe on the 1.
It looks like he got the all the way snooker here. So here you're going to see try to get a right side hit on the 2 to hit a little hard. The play would have been a little bit softer. The snooker him back behind the 6. Like I said, you're not going to see Carlo take a whole lot of time on any shot, which good style that I like. I really prefer the quicker players.
Absolutely.
The 3 must go by.
Yeah,
again here with the angle just a little bit of high to come up the table. Oh, you can hold it. You can play safe. Must not have went.
Yeah, it didn't look like it did, but sometimes our angle's deceiving.
It's a testy shot here on the rail. Now to shoot this about 7 feet.
And his angle's not
going away
itself.
from the 4, so you have to hit it with some speed to get it back up the table. He's going to play another 6. Not a bad shot. Let it out, but a little bit thinner. He would have been snookered behind. What I do here? Back.
Yeah, it's tough
Second
though.
rail's going to slow him down. He's going to shoot in the side. He overran
Ooh,
it.
Yeah, just a little
He
bit.
intended for the same pocket where the 5 is. Now he's going away again. You may see another safety play. I don't really see him firing from the side. Carlo might.
Oh.
Dead straight. It's a little funny sometimes watching the camera angle and the actual
Yeah,
table.
that's a good 2-way though. It looks like he's behind the 7.
Yeah, he is fully snooked.
And Carlo had the 5 if he got the 4 to drop. So that was not a bad 2-way at all.
What I like to see Bruce do here is go rail first into the 4 with some speed. You're just basically looking for separation here. This isn't going to be a potted ball. Might be trying to tie a ball up. No, just gives them ball in hand. With the 5 being in the middle of the table, you could see Carlo with a hair of outside English cut this. Come down on the short side, which isn't totally the short side. That would probably be the play I would go with, just because the 6 is in the middle of the table. Carlo's going to go inside 2 rails. He's going to try to come between around the 7, 9 from where he's at here. 1, 2. And drops on it. Yep. On the rail really keeps him limited here. He's going to have to obviously hit it with high where he's at. He's going to try to come up around the 7 range. That high up the table will be about right. It's the overhit. They're really on the rail.
On the rail especially, yeah. I have trouble with those slight angle shots.
Less is more. You already know you have to hit it high. The speed can change off of that ball. The lighter you hit it, the more off the rail. A lot of times when you try to power them in, the ball is just going to curve.
Bruce was trying to get behind that 9, didn't get
Problem
there.
with Bruce's strategy now is he's going to keep playing safe, and Carlo's going to eventually shoot out of it. He's going to have to come down and shoot a harder shot. He's just looking for separation here. If he gets to 6, it looks like he did hit it really good.
Yeah. I honestly think part of Bruce's game is a little bit of frustration for his opponent. Just see how
it was a good hit, and he got a good roll.
Not sure if that doesn't look like Carlo can cut that in the corner with the 7s.
The fact that he hasn't shot it yet tells me it doesn't go.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he would have already been down swinging away, which like I said, I like that. So the back cut goes. I don't see him taking that. I could see him doing a thin hit here. Trying to leave him behind the 6.
I think that's going to work.
He attempted, but it did work out. Like I said, see the vice getting tighter and tighter with these safety shots. It's tough. Again, first game of the night. Playing a tough player on a tough table. Very hard to get loose. And you got the ball.
Yeah, I guess about 6 months ago, I played in a tournament, and my first rack of the night was against Jeremiah Caldwell.
Okay.
And 3-fouled me. From jump. And
I don't think I've ever won a set. I didn't lose the first game.
Yeah, but like you said, you can't.
Notorious first game loser.
Don't I? But if somebody's trying to 3-foul you that first game, it's really tough to, your banks aren't down. Just you're not into it.
The one problem he has without using a rail here, he's got to be real touchy with this ball. And see, he got good on it. He got perfectly straight. It's so hard to do without using a rail. I
would have liked to roll a little forward on that.
You went the other angle, but I think he has enough, a little low right, a nice smooth follow through, get back to the middle of the table. See, this is about a low level amateur. Try to get perfect straight on the 8. Hit it 2.
Right, just the right.
Like I said, Carlo's a shot maker. I mean, I still favor him here.
Oh, just overcut that a little. Ended up with great position on the 9.
That's tight.
And he got a good roll here, I think.
He got it.
He did go. I didn't think it did. All right, we're going to turn the noise gates off on the mic so that...
Yeah, I'm not sure you can hear anything. It's the music's...
That's not what I'm looking for.
All right, Bruce Rush takes the first win. You'll definitely see Carlo again. He will get warm there. I feel like Carlo did most of the work.
Yeah.
And Bruce brought out the sweeper at the very end and pushed it in the corner. But that's 9 ball.
I didn't think Bruce could see that 8.
Yeah, he kind of almost got dead straight. Just enough to come up the table.
All right, Turtle Wyatt. Oh, Brady, this is Joe Bassetti co-commentating tonight.
This is Brady Jones.
Brady Jones.
Brady Jones, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Turtle has 4 of his original 5 chips remaining.
Brady Jones, the recipient of the 2023 Straight Pool Championship.
Straight Pool Championship, yep.
Did a fine job. He was runner-up last year and first place this year. Played very well. And we have Turtle Wyatt, who's a repeat offender in the top 4. Routinely in this tournament. Plays well. I was talking with Garrett Bell the other day about players that are very good in races to 1, which is a hard art to master, being good in a race to 1. And Turtle definitely gets it done.
Haven't seen Rooster in a while.
Yeah, I think he works Friday nights now.
Yeah, his work schedule keeps him away.
But yeah, the race to 1 can be tricky because if you get in stroke, right, you win 4 or 5 games in a row, it could be very easy to think you're up 4 or 5 games.
Right.
And you're not. You're back to 1. I fall victim to that myself. We have an open table here.
My biggest problem when I first started to play chip tournaments was that score mentality. I can run 7. It doesn't matter. It matters who makes the 9. Ooh.
And you could see where the table tightened up. That would have probably went about 2-3 months ago. Well, that's good, though. I mean, 4 1/4 pockets is definitely tough.
Wow.
All right, we got ball in hand. So it looks like the 5's kind of block. He can hit this thin, cut it as much as he wants, get to the middle table, or draw. See, the draw is tough again. A lot of people like to draw that, but you got to really put a good stroke on it. I was actually talking with a newer player the other day on pocketing balls, and one thing people don't realize, where are you pocketing the ball in the pocket, right? Thinner, tighter. You know, people try to shoot everything center pocket, right?
Sure.
That sounds like it would be a good idea, but depending on the angle, can really throw it off. Like that one ball, you hit that as thin as possible, and it'll give you a tighter line between the 5-4. Now Turtle looks like just a straight stop shot here. We went to go forward, overran it.
Oh, wow, yeah.
If you can see it, you're going to see him hit it thin, try to hide it. And which he did. He got it behind the...
Yeah, Bruce might be able to come off the rail.
Yeah,
here.
rail first. Tip a high and right.
Wow.
Too thick.
Yeah.
The right speed, but he hit the ball too thick. A little bit thinner, he would have been able to come up between the 5-9.
Turtle went for the safe, just a little strong on that.
So here's a nice confidence shot. This shot here really comes down to mechanics. How well are you staying still, following through? You see he immediately jumps up there.
Yeah, he has a tendency to jump.
The jump obviously changes the direction of the cue, and it's a very common problem. I mean, everybody goes through it, even professionals. Just focusing on that follow through, staying down, shortening up on the cue, keeping it tight as possible.
Yeah, I seem to have eliminated most of the jump out of my game. My biggest problem, not necessarily a jump, but I don't stay down long enough on the follow through, especially on draw shots.
You know, you might think you're doing it well, and then when you videotape yourself and you watch it, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so sloppy.
Yeah.
And in your head, you're thinking, I'm really staying still, and you're not.
No, I'm
I
still
fall
popping
victim
up.
to that.
It's just late that I'm popping up.
Mm.
Turtle really should be out of this one.
Shot there. See, this is going to be tricky. He's going to have to hit it with some force to go around the angles here. Probably going to go 2 rails, or at least attempt it. 1, 2. Yep, he hit it good. He's going to hit the 3rd rail.
Yeah, he's going to have a nice look at the 9 from there.
Again, touchy shot. Less than an inch away, right? You can't pump it in. See that low roll? That's a really hard shot. That definitely deserves credit. A lot of people just kind of think, oh, it's right there, let me shoot it. Really take your time on them, especially when you have less than a half an inch towards the rail. I would cross this. I would play safe. I wouldn't try nothing crazy here. Cross the cue ball. Too easy. He's going to hang that up. That's definitely makeable.
Oh, he needed to put a little low on that, or a little high. He just drifted right into that corner pocket, so Bruce Brush takes the win.
Bruce takes another one. Well, a little stroke of luck, but guess what? Everybody needs it. Everybody gets it. Here's the thing Bruce has to do, right? So we kind of got away with 2 of them here.
Yeah.
Capitalize. You're staying on the tight pocket table. You're staying on. They're adjusting to the table. You're getting used to it.
Right.
This is where you can really start gaining some ground. Obviously, he knows how to play. He's getting 6 chips. I think you see him get through 1 more, get some confidence on the table. He might string a couple together.
Yeah, he gets to the final 10 quite often. And I think sometimes it's just attrition. He plays the safes and two-way shots and wears his opponent down and frustrates him a little bit.
Yeah, the safety play would definitely frustrate me. I'm the anti-safety player, which hurts me a little bit. But all right, it's a very even match. Keith Cuff and Bruce. I feel like they both. I haven't watched a ton of it, but watching Bruce and knowing Keith a little bit, very similar styles. You're not gonna see a bunch of crazy shots be shot.
Keith is a little more aggressive.
Who would you say would be more aggressive? Keith is a more aggressive player
than Bruce by far, but still a careful player.
Bonnie Favaretto, I'm doing great, and I hope you're doing well. Your husband says hi. All right, Keith gets the break here. Nine clearly spots, as it would anyway in this tournament. Early nines don't happen, which I think is a good rule, especially for a race-to-one chip tournament. Star here can be a little tricky. He wants to get a good angle on this too, possibly hit the right side of the 6 to land for the 3 ball. He's playing safety with ball in hand, and I'm not sure about that, but he's going to have to eventually start shooting. That's going to come back to haunt him pretty good. So at least Cuff a testy shot, but the 2 is near. The shot here is going to be the 3 to the 4 in this game. Getting good angle, possibly on the short side. Here, they call this one taking your medicine, right? So
yeah,
possibly just roll this up, maybe shooting the side.
Not sure that was a good hit. Doesn't matter.
It was quick. I think there's no argument anyway, right?
Yeah,
he scratched, but
kind of good.
On the film, it looked a little tight, but it might have been a good hit.
The direction of the 2 is what made me think it.
Yeah. Bruce, but with ball in hand, went for a safety. He's pretty much dead straight here. He's going to have to come up on the good side of the 3. Not so worried about getting straight. He definitely wants an angle, to get to the middle of the table on the 4. See, not sure what's going on. Bruce may not be ready to go just yet. This shot here's a really tough one. Doesn't seem to go on the side. He's going to cross it. And he's going to get the snooker with the 5 ball. It's a good shot. Moved it around. I have a little controversy on. So Keith Cuff scratched on the break. Bruce played safe on the 1. He made a good hit and scratch, which would put him on 2.
And then scratched on the 1.
Yeah, which would put him on 2. So that third snooker and no hit would be the game.
Yep, that was 3 fouls.
Yeah, he made a good hit on the 1, just scratched to put him on the second foul.
Tom Little comes up to play Bruce Brush.
Here comes another very even match. Very winnable for both players. I was kind of curious. I was like, why is he playing yet another safe? It never clicked to me that Keith was on 2.
Yeah, I forgot about the scratch on the break. Tom Little with 4 of 6 chips remaining. So Bruce that's his 3rd win in a row?
And maybe shot, what, 5 balls?
Yeah,
He might have pocketed 5 balls
Maybe.
in 3 games. Bruce has got something working here.
I told you when he came to the table, Bruce plays this kind of game.
Yeah.
Bruce will wait you out. He'll duck and cover. He'll wait you out. He'll frustrate you. Really tight lag.
That looks really tight.
Wow.
You're going to have to go with Bruce there.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to go to Bruce.
It's millimeters.
Is this record own format?
Yes.
This is record.
So, Joe, while we got a little break, tell us about Pool Players Care.
Well, if you don't know, we started in December of 2021. We organize recreational events for charities, more specifically pool events, hence Pool Players Care. First tournament, I was hoping to get 20 players. They knocked the doors down with over 60. Next one was 80, and it took off. People love giving. I probably run 6 to 7 tournaments a year for various charities. I had one coming up. Unfortunately, had to get postponed, but we'll get back on it. We're buying football helmets for youth football players in town. After that, September 9th, save the date. It's going to be the Joey Guadagno tournament, which is going to be a yearly tournament for the kids in need in the holiday season. Last year we did a la carte, and I absolutely loved it. We didn't give it to an organization. We gave it to families in need that were sponsored.
Sure.
People recommended, and it went a long way. We probably gave to, I would say, at least 7 families, moms, dads, everybody got gifts, not just the kids.
That's outstanding.
I feel like it's very important to give to the parents as well, because it's tough to struggle. It's tough to struggle and not get nothing on top of struggling.
Sure, when you're already making those sacrifices.
Yeah, so mom and dads definitely get stuff too. So I'm looking forward to that tournament. I anticipate that being at least 130 players. Joey was loved by a lot of people.
Yes, he was.
And that'll be on Bar Boxes, and that'll be at South Jersey Billiards.
So I know we have donation boxes at pool halls around.
We did. Mine broke here. I'm going to have to bring it back. They're just little cheap plastic hooks. Not like anybody broke into it or anything, but they break pretty easily. But yeah, they did. I probably got $75 out of that the last 6 months, which was good.
Okay.
Goes a lot of volunteer, gas money, tolls, dropping stuff off. So then boxes do go a long way. There is one at South Jersey Billiards as well.
Is there any way for people to donate directly to Pool Players Care?
Yeah, they can go through my Venmo or PayPal. The only reason why I don't have it set up for Pool Players Care is because they both take a percentage out of the charity because they consider it a business and they don't recognize nonprofits.
Okay.
So people are donating their money, and the only person making money is the online account. And that doesn't sit well with me. You donate $100, 8 of it's going to, PayPal or Venmo. So it comes to me. I write a check out of my account. I drop it in the account, and we've been doing it that way. Yeah, it's Joseph Bassetti 55.
Is there a second dash or
Just Joseph JOSEPH. Dash Bassetti 55. And my last 4 is 8978.
89?
It's at Joseph.
Yeah.
Yep. And last 4 is 8978. And like I said, a little bit goes a long way. You'd be surprised. People donate 10, 12, 20 bucks, whatever they got. After a while, that goes a lot towards the emergency fund. So basically, the emergency funds is probably the biggest part of our group because people need help immediately. It's hard to do a 3-month tournament to give them the money. So the emergency funds really is the saving grace. But we've been doing good.
So if you want to send a donation to Pool Players Care, you can do it in care of at Joseph-Bassetti55. It's in the comments. I'm sure Joe would appreciate it. I'm sure the people
Yeah, absolutely.
that...
and if you make a big enough donation where you need to claim it, we're fully legitimate. We're a 501c. I have an EIN nonprofit tax exempt number. So we're not some fly by night. We definitely have our ducks in a row.
All right, so there's really no excuse. Drop a donation. Oh, and also check out, you got some really nice merch the last tournament with the new logo.
Yeah, I got some new apparel. Yep, definitely got some new apparel, and I'm working on that. This time you're no good, but next year I'm going to do jackets, hoodies, actually sweatpants.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to do a bunch of stuff.
I got a shirt and a hat at the last tournament at the 9-ball Scotch doubles.
They're almost priced at average, just for solely advertisement purposes. A shirt and a hat cost you, I think, what we selling for, $40.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, $40 gets you a shirt and a hat. That's a good shot by Bruce.
Sure
I'm happy to see it. He was a little timid the first 3 games, but you see the stroke starting to open up a little bit, which is going to happen. You stay on the same table over and over again. His nerves are going now. It's game 4.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Ooh.
That's going to land nice. Even if he doesn't get the
behind that.
snooker, which he doesn't.
No, he didn't quite
get there.
get there.
It's still a good shot.
It is still a good shot. Leave him long, right?
The separation is a big deal. A lot of people take that for granted. Listen, even if you leave a shot on, leaving it 7-8 feet away, the guy or girl is going to have to really put on a good stroke to get shape, especially by where the 5's laying.
Yeah, I was.
Bonnie, we have done cancer benefits. I'm not against doing more. This year's going to be a little tight with work because I did lose the weekends off, but I'm going to try to fit something in there.
Looks like he's got a good angle to break that 6 up.
He's got a natural angle. The 9 is covering that pocket. So here, right, since the 9 doesn't count, this is where you would hit this. You would hit this 6 thin, right? Because the 7's going to stop it, and you're going to send this cue ball up table, leaving the 6 by that back rail. You may not be tight to the rail, but it's going to be enough. Now, see, if you hit it with a little high, you might be able to get a snooker on this 8. By sitting where it's at, right? You wouldn't try to make this I would not try to make this at all.
No, absolutely
I would
not.
literally hit it thin, just a high, and just leave it there and give it back. He looks like he's going to try to cross it into the 7. Problem is, there's really no reward. He's going to hit that really too slow.
Yeah, way too slow. I think Tom was trying to pocket the 7 there off the 6.
All right, here comes another cross safe. What I mean by cross is he's going to cross the cue ball across the 6, leaving the 6 ball on the same rail as the 7-9. I can't tell from where this pillar is. I don't see him playing. It looks a little too steep. And especially with the 7 hanging where it is, I would want to leave Bruce a harder shot. And like I said, the 9 is not in play because it's a last made ball. All right, he went to the short rail. Long rail safe. Only issue with that one, he did play it well. Only issue I see, a hair too hard, you're leaving in the side, and a hair too easy, you can leave it towards the same pocket. But it worked out. Now here, same thing. I would hit this thin, leaving the cue ball now between the 7-9.
Doesn't look like. Oh, yep.
Tom's definitely going to take a whack at this one. It's definitely playable. 7 ball, pretty much trouble free.
So when I played as Billy Gallagher's partner in the 9-ball Scotch doubles, and we practiced a little beforehand, and one of the things he told me was leave them long. If you have no other option, just leave them long.
It's a big deal, especially when someone is not playing well already. You can really drive someone's confidence away. You give them 2-3 misses in a row by long shots. It's completely a mental advantage for you.
And nobody wants to shoot an 8-foot shot every time at the table. Bruce undercuts that. Still a tough play for Tom. Tom could do what he did the last time. Just thin that 6 and come back down table. Or what Bruce did, last time.
See, it's getting to the point where one of these players are just going to go for this bank.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Completely through there. That was a really good shot by Tom. Like I said, eventually somebody's going to take that shot if the angle presents itself, which it did. And Tom just bared down and shot it. But you see the speed that he shot it. Any harder, he's hanging.
Yep.
He's hanging the 6. He shot it very well.
He seems to be pretty straight on this 7, though. Just enough angle.
So here's a shot. He's going to have to hold this, which a lot of amateurs shy away from, that low inside English to kind of squat the cue ball right there. He made it very good, which I think a lot of amateurs shy away from. That low inside to kind of kill the
Especially
speed of the ball.
Especially on a longer shot, yeah.
You tend to undercut them because the English catches, but it's definitely a shot everyone needs to have in their bag, just for them shortened ones. So Bruce finally gets dethroned after 3 straight wins, and now Tom Little's on the table. He's playing Vinny DiNucci.
Hey, Vinny, good. How you doing?
Again, you got a very even game, Tom Little versus Vince. I think I would give Vince a slight edge. Not much. I think really whoever gets this break here and gets control of the table is going to get the win.
You want to talk about a fast shooter? Vinny DiNucci, excuse me. Vinny is a fast shooter.
Yeah, wild. Wild meaning he'll take the hard shot, kind of just let the cue ball run. He'll deal with it later.
Exactly.
Right. Barry shoots like he's practicing. Not a bad thing. Again, I like the quicker, aggressive play myself.
He had our first wow shot, the first weekly recap I did. It was one that he missed so bad it went off the jaw of the pocket across the table and in and left in perfect position.
Did he?
Yeah.
He does a lot of one pocket, so he thinks nothing about a 4-rail bank shot.
No.
He just lets the ball rip. Plays. Haven't seen him in a long time. He did play quite a bit out of Delran Billiards. Used to watch the place. He actually runs tournaments out of there once in a while too.
Yeah, I think that's kind of his home base, right?
Yeah, what we got here? 4, all balls on the table. Where is the 2? There really isn't a perk of making this ball. So here's a shot, Lee, hitting this thin, right, on the left side of the 1, going 3 rails. I wouldn't attempt to make it because your 2 ball snookered by the 7 8-ball. Do you see the shot I'm talking about?
Yep.
Hitting this thin, left-hand English, leaving the 1 ball on the left short rail and bringing the cue ball back pretty much to where it is now. Just because there's no reward here. So he tried to bank into it. Still not a bad idea. There's a lot of traffic down there.
Yeah, no matter where he left the 1 to 1, the 2 is going to be a tough.
Yeah,
tough
you're going to
shot.
see quite a bit of safety play until and like not a lot of time taken, but you're
No.
going to see some time.
That opens it up a little. The 2's at least. Yeah, but see, you can make the 2 from the bottom rail, but you're
So
not
he
getting
has
the
to hit
action
this
on
with
that.
a hair of high, with a good firm stroke. Firm, not hard, because you want it to split to 7-8 and not interfere with the 2-ball. So you're going to see him hit a little high, just like that.
That was
right?
perfect.
Comes through there. He's a little straight and he's jacked up. Not the best in the world.
So what do you
If
hit?
he has a hair of an angle at all, I would use it because he's so close to the pocket to drift up to shoot T3 in the other pocket.
Yep.
All right, so I think that's the 4-ball by itself on the left side of the table.
Yes, it is.
Low left, right? 3 rails, getting back to the center of the table is a nice play. Again, a lot of people shy away from them kind of shots because you got to let the cue ball run.
This is a great shot here, though.
Yeah, I think he went for it. I think he got a good roll. But yeah, 3 rails there on the other side of the table to get to the middle for the 4 is definitely the play. Good hit. It's going to hang it up by the corner pocket.
I think Tom might have a window.
So the rest of the table is definitely makeable to clear the colors here. Center ball, right? Just punch it off that rail, shoot the 4 on the side. Looks like he's bearing down to go forward. I can't really tell from the angle. He's going to roll. Not the best because, again, you don't want to roll the ball.
Right.
Obviously, situationally, it's a roll. Again, a lot of amateur players stay away from that stun. But you really start relying on the table, how well you hit it. Again, so he's just going away here. So he's going to have one more tough shot to get back in line. But he did get pretty good. Again, an inch away. You got to stay down on these. Shorten up the backswing. Movement is critical.
Ooh,
It's just a tough shot. A little too hard. He didn't really give the ball a chance to pocket.
And he didn't have to hit it that
speed,
hard.
He almost like stun followed it a little bit. And in true Vinny fashion, acts like he's late for a flight and gets down and starts whacking at him. Again, his style, he's played like that forever.
Oof. Yeah, it reminds me of a couple people I used to play with.
That was me for a long time.
Was it?
When I was like late teens, it was all about running around the table, hitting them as hard as possible. I played a lot of contact sports, so I kind of threw that mentality onto a pool table. I really didn't learn how to play pool until probably my mid-20s. So, dead straight draw. It looks like he's pretty straight.
Yeah, he's got
going to
just
come straight back to the middle of the
tiny
table.
angle, but that's
good.
Yep. Yeah, maybe a little strong, but he's all
Better
right.
to go above the ball than under hit it and stay below. I tell people that all the time. Would you rather shoot it from there or split the difference and put it on the rail because you didn't hit it strong? Right, giving yourself the opportunity to make the ball. He's still a favorite to make this. It's not terribly hard. Stays down and pots
Good
it.
shot.
Good
Good
shot
out.
by Tom Little. Tom has improved immensely. I've probably been playing league with Tom, I'm going to say at least 7 years. He's probably went up 3 speeds.
Yeah,
He did.
I first
and
met him.
I'm glad to see it because he put a lot of time in. His brother, who unfortunately passed away, Johnny. Johnny was very good, and Tommy was kind of like a little bit lower, but his game has really picked up. He's definitely be taken serious on the pool table. He's very smart, takes it serious, and I'm happy to see him progress.
Yeah, I met Tom, I guess, about 2 years ago, maybe 2.5, and he's actually improved quite a bit since then.
Yeah, he's smart. and I think he trusts the process where he doesn't get bent out of shape, that he doesn't get too good too fast.
Yep.
And understood that he's going to have to put some work in, and he did. And he's definitely not a pushover. If I played Tom, I would definitely know I'm in for a game. I'm going to have to bring a good game with me to beat him. He would not be what I would call a easy buy.
Right. Right.
Yeah, he's good for him. All right, up next we got J.R. Roja, another good player. Again, very even match. I feel like the only favorite out of everybody's played so far has been Carlo Favaretto. Besides that, it's pretty much been a toss-up. All right, I'm going to step away for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. And put a sensor bar across. All right, Tom with the break. So on the break, Tom made the 8-ball. Good shot on the 1. He's got to look at the 2 here. 2 to 3. 2 to 3 is going to be a little tough. Yeah, and Tom elects not to do 2 to 3. That's a good move. Oh, I'm sorry. This was announced as J.R. Roa, but it's not. It's Hank Ramirez. Hank with 3 out of 5 chips remaining.
How long that take? 2 weeks? Chuck? 856 641 5713. Hey, do you have 6-line rings in the back or 10 footers in the back? I thought you had 10 footers. And how much that be maybe?
All right, Tom plays the 3 in the side with the draw. Give himself a look at that 4-ball. Yeah, Vernon, I might have misheard, or it might have been switched out. I'm going to go with the first option.
Let me know, we're out. I can float now.
It's gonna come out. I'm gonna get it all cleaned up.
Okay. If you need cleaning, call me. I'm off. Give me something to do, actually.
Yeah, I still gotta wax it, clean it, put the new battery in it, get it running.
Hank
All right,
goes for the
Lee.
safe.
Let's talk about some pool coming up.
All
Did you
right.
see about the World Pool Masters being played May 10th to May 13th?
No, I did not.
So it's 16 players.
Okay.
That's it. pretty much the top 16 in the match standings, and they go at it. So let's go through the lineup. We got James Oranis, Niels Fine, Joshua Filler, Federer Gorst, probably my favorite player in the world,
Yeah, Federer.
Mario Eklund Kachi, Alexander Kazakis, Ko Ping Yi, tight favorite as well, Max Lechner, Albin Ocean, FSR, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, Jason Shaw, Mohamed Salafi, the Cinderella story that
Okay.
almost took out FSR in the finals.
Yeah.
He's in it. Shane Van Boning, Cao Hao Zhen, I would say an 820 Fargo out of China, and Victor Solinsky. Who do you like out of that?
Wow. You can never count Federer Gorst out.
Yeah, and I'm really happy to see him on the international spotlight with the relations with Russia. He was kept out of quite a bit.
Yes, he was.
I don't know if it was with his hand or not, but he didn't play in a lot, so I'm happy to see him back in the fold. I mean, you could pick a favorite, all of them.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like by the numbers, FSR would be the favorite. I mean, if I had to put my top three, I would say, you got to put Ocean, Van Boning, FSR. I mean, how could you pick one, though? They're all. It's going to be good to watch.
Van Boning's just when he catches a gear.
Hoagie, I'm pretty sure. Let me see if it says it. It's in Essex, Brentwood Center, wherever Essex is. I'm assuming that is the UK.
Yeah.
But if you're watching, tell us who you like in the Whirlpool Masters.
Yeah, Hoagie, this is the Masters in the UK.
Did you ever see that Mohamed Salfi shoot with
No,
his arm
I actually
completely out? So look at the picture. See how far out his arm is? So,
Yeah.
like, if you were teaching somebody, like, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah,
you
you
have to
can't
bring
do
it
that.
in. But this guy can also give me, like, 6 games going to 10. So I don't know. It just
Right.
It just works for him. But I'm very looking forward to this. Ko Ping Yi's, the Ko brothers are probably my favorite players to watch. They're just fun. Federer Gorst, the robot, never out of line, never falters mechanically. Does very well. So I'm excited. That starts May 10th to the 13th. I don't know the streaming service. I'm going to assume YouTube. And Tom crushes this 7-ball with some low right to give himself a good shot. Again, what did I tell you? That half an inch to inch slight angle.
Yep.
Now, you see him giving it the respect it deserves. They're not easy, even though they're kind of look like just a layup shot. Now you see, he gave it the time,
Yep.
and he hit it very well. And as you could see, Tom definitely is a good player.
It's funny that you called Federer the robot. I mean, that's a great description of his game. He's just so consistent.
Yeah, it doesn't change.
Stroke to stroke.
Monday through Sunday,
Yep.
on holidays, 3 a.m., 2 p.m.
Exactly.
It doesn't move. If you're a player looking to get better and you want to watch somebody with perfect mechanics, just look up Federer Gorst on YouTube, and you're going to gain a speed just by trying to mimic what he does.
I was actually watching some YouTubes earlier today of the man right across from us, Jose Garcia.
Who was it?
Jose.
Playing who?
Oh, gosh, I
Was
forget.
it Tony Robles?
Yes, that was
Yeah,
one I
when he
watched,
beat
the
him up
9-ball
pretty
match.
good.
Yeah.
Tony came out with like a 3-pack, and Jose just
Just
never
took
gave him
over
the
from
table
there,
back. Yeah, that's a really good match.
Yeah, he ran 38
Yeah.
from there.
It's so funny. So when Jose placed third in the international 9-ball open at Caesars or Resorts, I watch it probably once every 2 months, and I watch it like I've never watched it before, and I still get nervous. I know exactly what's going to
Exactly.
happen, but I
Exactly.
still get nervous.
And then I watched a 14-1 match. I forget who the opponent was. Got out to a little bit of a lead, about a rack and a half, and then Jose just runs 38, 40 balls.
So the match to get to the semifinals, he played Danny Medina, and he had a really squirrely 9-ball. And I asked him, I said, how did you feel before you shot that? And I can't really say it on a public network, but it started with, I was sweating. Which, if you ever want to watch it, it's really good. Probably just type in on YouTube, Jose Garcia 9-ball resorts, and it'll come up. It's
Yeah,
from
that
the, I
one's
think it's like
there.
87, 88. Jose was probably in his late 20s then. I think his 69th birthday just came up.
I think so, yeah.
But a really fun match to watch. You're going to see a really tight table. They laminated the resort's emblem on the table, so the ball actually slides across. Yeah, it was. It wasn't a light or anything. That's a bad hit. It's the 9 first. It's going to be trouble, especially with Turtle Wyatt. Turtle definitely gets it done.
Actually, that might not have been a bad hit. Jose called it a good hit.
Yeah, it was bad. It hit the top of the 9-ball, but I'm over here.
Turtle didn't call it. I hit the names. I hit the wrong button.
Persoir, Tom is playing Turtle Wyatt right now.
I forgot to hit the show names button. Sorry about that, Mike. Matter of first player eliminated already. Thank all of you for tuning in on this Friday night. QBall Billiards in Vineland, New Jersey. My co-host tonight, if you're just tuning in, is Joe Bassetti of Pool Players Care. Pool Players Care is a charity that Joe started about 2 years ago.
Yeah, my first tournament was December 21.
Okay.
So we're coming up on 2 complete years. Yep.
Yeah, about a year and a half. And in the comments is Joe's Venmo if you'd like to make a donation to Pool Players Care.
I appreciate that, Lee. But Mike, it definitely did move. Again, I'm not a referee, but it didn't look good. But
Yeah, I don't get involved unless somebody asks me to.
That's their deal.
And we have actually rolled the video back to verify a hit before, but I try not to get involved even that much.
Wow, he crushed that ball. Good shot. Again, you're seeing a guy that's very good in a race to 1.
Yep.
I don't know. He might be good in a regular set. I'm not saying he's not. I have never seen him play besides here.
Oh,
He might.
well, he could regret that. I was just about to say Turtle's playing his usual night, too. He drops a couple early and then makes those last couple chips last a long time.
So this shot here, I really can't tell. I'm going to get to the middle of the table. A hair outside. Don't hit this slow. Just like that.
Perfect.
Tom hit it really good. Again, people get scared of these shots. You got to, just as he did, left, got the aim, commit to the shot, and follow through. Big follow through. See how he just goes through it?
Perfect.
Like he knew he was going to make it? That's half a pool, I'm telling you. If you got the confidence that you're going to make it, your body will align to it. Again, good shot by Tom Little.
And Tom's next opponent is Rob Holliday.
Okay, well, you're going to see a favor here. Again, we've had a lot of even games. I think Turtle, Tom was even. Vinny, Tom was even. Now you're going to see a favor. Rob Holliday, strong shooter. I would give him a 1-game favorite.
Yeah, Rob doesn't look like he's having a good night. 1 of 6 chips remaining.
All right, Tom, and Rob's going to win the lag. Mike, if I could do the stream every week, I would. I appreciate the compliment. I'm just a celebrity for this week. I work usually I do work Friday nights. I'm off Wednesdays and Thursdays. I got the good days off.
Yeah, we had Frank Miletti a couple weeks ago as a guest commentator. That was
Did
fun.
you?
Yeah,
he's doing big things out there at the Bluegrass.
He really is.
He came out sprinting. I mean, he ran his first tournament, and then out of nowhere, there's like 6 on deck, and he's got no handicap, Scotch doubles, Jack and Jill. I think it was the same day as my tournament was, May 13th. I'm supportive of him. I'm supportive of anybody that branches out to grow the sport. I think it doesn't get nearly enough credit for as hard as it is. People just want to play.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
You don't know how many times I've run tournaments. They have no idea what they're giving to. They just want to come play pool.
They just want to play.
I literally halfway through the tournament, what is this going to? Oh, it's going towards this person suffering from illness. Oh, okay. Like, they have no clue, which says a lot about the character of pool players. And that's why I named it Pool Players Care. They like playing pool, and they're very generous. I mean, people, hey, I got an extra $50 this week. I want to give it to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it all the time. And it grows.
And in the spirit of that, tomorrow morning, I believe it is, there's a ladies chip tournament at AC Billiards.
Yeah, again, love to see it. Big for the sport. Women in pool definitely is needed. And I'm happy to see it. We're also going to have our second annual 9-ball open. We're slated for October.
Okay.
To run that. That'll be a P, A, B, C, D. The P is for pro. Any women over 625 Fargo would be considered a pro-rated female, which there are quite a few up that high in our area, quite a bit. But then you have a lot in the high 500s, and they travel together. I've never seen nothing like it. The women stick together. One weekend they're in Virginia. The next weekend they're in Maryland. The next weekend they're in PA, and it's all the same players.
Yeah,
like the core 20, they just follow each other. They support each other, and it's nice to see.
When I started playing League in the early 2000s, there were very few women playing League.
Yeah,
and even fewer of them were rated higher than 3.
Yeah,
and that is not the case anymore.
No, not at all. You have a lot of local players, I would say, are hovering that 6-7 range, at least 10 to 15. Very few when you get to the 8 and 9s. I know Teresa Tascarella was locally, I think she was rated as 7 or an 8 for a while.
I think she was 7, yeah.
Puts a lot of time into, and it shows.
Yeah, her game, even in the few years that I've known her game has leaped forward.
Yeah, when I ran the inaugural women's event, I loved them all. I mean, you had Nicole Nestor, you had Linda Shea, Brianna Mill. I mean, they all were super enthusiastic that we were running it. Mm-hmm. They wanted to come back. They gave me a lot of motivation to do it again. And my hat's off to all them female players that come out. This year, we're going to move from a bar box 7-footer to here.
Okay.
So the women are going to play on 9-foot tables, and we're going to run back 9-ball, which is nice. A lot of the women actually prefer the big tables, which you would think height, stuff like that, maybe smaller tables. A lot of them prefer the bigger table. Rob Holiday seemed to have chewed completely through that rack, as that's no surprise to anyone.
It was a good rack for Rob. This should be a good matchup. Tracy Vega.
Yeah, you're going to see another even match here. Again, Tom was an underdog to Rob, but here is going to be an even one. Tracy is, in my opinion, the smartest pool IQ around.
You know, I can't dispute that.
And I'm going to tell you now, even though speeds now might be a little bit different, I still ask him for advice. What do you think about this? What do you like about that? Just because he knows so much about the game. He's been playing forever. He's getting a little older now, but he still plays great. But I really respect his input a lot. The funny thing about him, the bracket that's on the board here, I won that back in 2017, the 8-Ball Classic he used to run here. So I'm playing Tracy Vega, and he gives me a timeout in the semifinals. I swear to you, it's the semifinals, and he's like, "Yo, you have to hit that ball with low, and basically deflect it farther to go up the rail." in the semifinals.
That's
And I'm
crazy.
playing him in the semifinals. So he calls the timeout on his opponent, and I hit it perfect. He's like, all right, I'm never showing you that again. But that's the kind of class of a guy that he is.
So apparently we got two classy guys on the table. Rob Holliday has gotten the sportsmanship patch
Did he?
in APA for the same thing, giving opponent. It wasn't even someone he was shooting. He was captaining a team, and he gave the opposing player a timeout.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Rob is a very good guy as well. Plays is just as good as his character is. As you see, just completely buzzsawed through the last rack. But I got a lot of respect for Tracy. Tracy Vega, been in this room a long time. Always willing to help somebody out. And like I said, his pool IQ is high.
So I got a story. I guess it was about 8 years ago. New team. First night of league. We show up. Team at the time was me, Rob Holliday, Don Gibson, Matt Posner, Bobby Queen. I mean, just team's been together forever. Guys that have played together for years, and we quite often won the division. The team that shows up is a team of early 20s, all young girls. And we just spent the night
Yeah.
showing them what to do on it, almost coaching them on every shot. And they ended up leaving, I think, after 2 sessions, but they told us had they played any other team the first week, they probably wouldn't have shown up the second week.
Yeah.
But and that's important when you're playing against new players to not I'm not saying not to win, but it's important to give them tips, and you want to encourage growth of everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, sportsmanship in pool is a big deal. I tell people you should never be able to tell if the person won or lost.
Exactly.
Losing with class and winning with class is a big one as well. So the funny plot that happened with me and Tracy, so we played each other in the semifinals, shows me the shot. I forget the score. I think I beat him 6-2, 6-3. He comes back to the finals. Now I'm playing him in the finals, and the exact shot that he showed me in the semifinals shows up for the match. So he beat me 6-0 first. He had a double dip. Beat me 6-0, tore right through me like a knife through like hot butter. Got through me. Played him again. The exact shot that he showed me in the semis showed up and completely hit him good. He said, I probably should have showed you that after the tournament. I'm like, you probably should have. I was probably, 21, 22 at the time. It was a lot. No, 17? About 28 years old. But that was a super fun tournament. Jose used to do one annual tournament, and it was the 8-ball tournament. That was pretty much all we had here. You had the straight pool tournament every year. I played in that for probably 15 years. But I love this place. 5 miles away, you can't beat it. Tables are probably, 25 years old. Could you even tell?
No, you couldn't. I live about 45 minutes away. And obviously, I come out here every week for the tournament, but I also come out now and again to shoot.
Yeah. And every room has something to offer. Now, I'm not big on saying this room is the best room or this room is better than this room. They all have something to offer, depending what you're into. But this place is no music, no nonsense. It's quiet. You better not turn on the loud ringer. And that it's a pool player's room. It's just been known that way forever. Talking to a lot of the guys that are 70, 80 years old now about, the 70s in here and just how a lot of the high-profile guys, and this was a mecca of pool for a long time in this area. I wouldn't say it lost that. The level of competition has dipped, I think, just with interest in pool.
Yeah.
But, just funny hearing about all these guys who's come in, like Alan Hopkins would show up and start playing pool, or, all Mizrack, and just, it was just known as the place to go play pool, and I thought that was really neat. So Rob Holiday, touch of outside English. Underhit it a hair anyway.
Just a little.
He underhit it a hair. Actually, no, he got good. Just missed the ball.
Yeah, Frank and I were talking about the pool halls that we used to have just in South Jersey. Alan Hopkins had I think it was called Q Club up in Egg Harbor City.
Okay.
Tilton Road had Tilton Billiards. Those are both gone.
You had Tuckahoe Billiards.
Tuckahoe, that's gone. Yeah.
Porky's,
Oh yeah,
Hot
I forgot
Shots.
about Porky's. Yeah.
You're talking South Jersey area, early 2000s. There was probably 4 more than there is right now.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, because like I said, Hot Shots out in Deptford. I mean, a Friday, Saturday night, you're on an hour and a half, 2-hour wait list. I mean, have you ever been there?
No.
So
actually
when
haven't.
I was in high school, we would travel there and play pool. They had a local tournament, but the place was called Hot Shots. I think it's the Christmas tree shop right next to the movie theater out in Deptford.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was a big building. They had like rat girls, bikinis on. Like it was
It was an event.
It
right?
was extra. But when I tell you action, I mean the place was mobbed. Then he moved. Porky out in Williamstown. He passed away, but Porky was a great guy as well. He had 2 rooms. They all kind of fell down just with the interest of pool.
Yeah, and it seems like that we're seeing a rebound. I hope that's the case in the game.
You, Brad, like listen, I do tournaments a couple times intermittently. Yous are the guys that count. I mean, you're here weekly for the players. They keep coming back. It's good for the sport.
Well,
I am not a fan of chip, but I definitely like to support when I can. It's a quick night, and that's nice.
Yes.
You can come in here and play for 4.5 hours and go home. You don't have to sit here until 4 or 5 in the morning. That's rough.
And I'll be honest, a lot of what we do is for the love of the game. This isn't a huge profit venture.
Yeah, I understand that.
I do pretty well with donations from viewers and tips from the players, and our sponsors support it, but a lot of that goes right back into equipment.
Yeah, you share no expense. I mean, I know you're into this stuff and all your equipment's nice. I have no idea what it is. Don't ask me to touch a button. Like from 1955, I can't work a computer at all. And I used to sell them. I was pretty good at it.
Where
I sold computers. I had no idea what I was doing. I worked at Staples for like 4 years.
Okay.
So I was a computer salesman. I could sell salt to a snail, but don't ask me about software or anything like that.
Yeah, see, and I sold back in the late 90s at Silo. I don't know if you remember Silo.
No.
They were
I'm
Circuit
an
City
87.
Best
I'm an
Buy.
87
Okay.
baby, so I might have just missed it.
Yeah, they were probably out of business by 2000. But the problem I had, I think, was I actually knew a little too much.
Okay.
So people would come in.
And you would just jargon them to death. They would have no idea.
Yeah, jargon them to death or upsell them for their own good.
For their
but
own good.
But I couldn't explain it in a way that made enough sense. I'm trying to say, look, in 5 years, this thing's going to be crawling. You're going to be mad. Well, they're not going to be mad because they don't. You know what I mean?
They don't
For
know any
me, I'm
better.
like, well, this thing's just way too slow. They don't know any different. Yeah. So
We got Eddie Rutt and Tracy Vega here. Tracy must have had a tough night being 2 out of his original 7 chips. Who's Eddie Rutt?
Eddie's
He's
won
a
a
5 chipper.
tournament a couple of times.
He's got to be pretty strong.
Yeah.
I never heard of him.
Yeah. Eddie's a
Local guy?
strong player. Yeah, he's I want to say this area, Millville, Vineland.
Alfredo Ruiz and Jason Erickson, table 12, table 5 is now closed.
Yeah, Hoagie, I totally agree. The chip count gives a lot of players a fighting chance, especially with the breaks in between. So even no matter how many chips you get, even to make it to the second Calcutta, which is a big plus in your tournaments, is you see a lot of lower level players cashing, and I find it so important for C and D players to get their money worth of playing. And that's why when Bree and the Brad placed 4th as a D team in my,
I thought it was third.
they were top 4. I know that to
Okay,
be fact.
yeah.
But the place as a D team is top 4. I was so excited because I never had a D team cash. But I have a ton of players that are, between the skill levels of 1 and 4. To name a couple, you got Jim Meller, Mickey Meller, Marianne D'Ambria. There's a lot of them, and I don't want to miss anybody, but there's a lot of them. They continue to come out, and the pool is not about appeasing the best players.
Right.
And I try to tell a lot of tournament directors that are starting out, don't appease the top 3% and disregard the 97%.
Yep.
And it's a big deal to me. And that's why a lot of tournaments are like, oh, a D team only goes to 2? Yeah, you better play well.
Well, here's
Because
an
one game,
example.
they're on the hill.
This is an example right here. Tracy wouldn't be getting 7 chips based on his rating.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that Brad does is takes into account how you've performed in his tournament.
You have to. They'll stop coming.
Yep, and he adjusts the chip counts.
And he
accordingly.
did it for me, and they complained when I got 5 chips. But if I play in 6, 7 tournaments and don't win,
Yeah, and like you said, some players just aren't
I'm just
geared
not
for this
exactly,
format.
and I'm one of them. Where I don't play well in a race to 1. Bernie, he definitely did hit him with the cram. He definitely hit him with the cram. Where's he going, tight pants? But yeah, I mean that's the fair thing to do. And I do it in my tournament both ways. Where if a player's a 4 and they win a couple times, well, now they're going to go up to a 5 on
Yep.
my own. Perfect example: 2 players that crush it together. Oscar Aparicio, Christian Zamora.
Yeah.
They're unbeatable. And Christian's a 4, and he's not sandbagging, but
No,
they
he's a
play
4.
so good together. And guess what? If he cashes again, I'd have to move him up.
Yeah.
And it's just, you have to do that. And then who played 3, 4 times or a 5, but they kind of can be a 4, then you move them around. But you guys do a great job here. I wouldn't be here if you guys weren't genuine and authentic, and I enjoy it.
So Hoagie's upset the tournament being moved from next week, but that was a logistics issue, right?
Yeah, so Jose was unable to commit to the room that day, which Jose's been solid with us since day one. Just a small little conflict in scheduling. Not a big deal. We'll have to move. It's the first tournament we've ever had to move. But yeah, Hoagie, I was definitely looking forward to it too. You come to a lot of my stuff, and I appreciate it.
I can tell. Yeah. That's how it was last week, too. As the night went on, it cooled off. It was bad. So we've got Tracy is against J.R. Roa. I could have sworn I heard a different name called. I must be hearing different matches. So Tracy Vega versus J.R. Roa. And JR has 3 of his original 8 chips remaining. I'm going to step away and get a beverage. I'll be right back. All right, back on the mic. And Tracy banks that one in the side pocket. He gives himself a angle here on the 2. He's going to draw this back, I think, get back on the 4. And he did play with a draw, just missed.
Sean Ford and Artie Cordero on table 3. Sean Ford and Artie Cordero on table 3.
So how's your game been making out, Lee? You been playing at all?
I've been shooting poorly.
You need to invite me over, man.
Well, yeah, I learned a lot
You
sitting
know
in the
I'm
chair
off,
the
I'm
last
off,
time.
I'm off the weekends right now. You got to take advantage.
Yeah, I need to. I've been working a lot of position play into my game, and I'm at that point where I've taken a step back as I learn a new thing. I've also had some mechanics issues.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, but I've
Honestly.
just not. And I'll tell you what, one of the worst things And I made sure it wasn't in my head. One of the things that's been really bad for me lately is just luck.
You know what?
Just luck.
I've been playing pool with Carl Morgan for probably 15 years, and he said a saying that clicked. And when I tell you, sometimes small sayings go a long way. And he was like, Joe, you have to go from I hope I make it to I know I'm going to make it. And it sounds stupid, but your mind will adjust your body
Oh,
to
absolutely.
make balls. And sometimes you lose that, right? You miss a couple balls,
It's gone.
the confidence starts
It's
going
gone right
away.
now.
But you got to stay in, I'm going to make it, and I'm going to get here with it. And it's a funny thing because pool really is, it's a mental game. But when we talk about consistent players, I mean, the first person that comes to my mind is probably Billy Gallagher.
Mm-hmm.
His gear is always the same. Yes. Does he have bad days like anybody else? Yes, he's human. Does he have well above his day? Yeah. But somebody day in, day out that doesn't change anything in his game, Billy Gallagher does an amazing job.
It's funny because last night, Brad's on my Thursday 9-ball team, and he said to me, 9-ball is a game of confidence. And he's absolutely right.
Who's this?
Brad.
Okay.
But one of the problems I've had lately, and again, this is I've asked my teammates, it's not completely my imagination, is if I break, I might make a ball, and I got no look at the one. My opponent breaks, makes a ball. Literally, this happened last night. Not that the guy didn't make the shots, but every shot was natural position on the next ball. The 1 to the 2, the 2 to the 3.
That's how it goes.
And I turned to Don, my teammate, and I said he's out on the
Donnie
3.
got me. Donnie beat me on Sunday.
I said to Donnie, on the 3, I said he's out. And Donnie goes, nah. I go, Don, look at the table. All he's got to do is make every ball. It's either a stop shot or a roll up, and he's on the next ball.
It's how
and
it
it
is.
just boom. I was down 12-2, I think, before I got a good shot before I wasn't kicking at a ball.
You know what? I played the first game I ever played. I was probably 16 here, and it was straight pool. I probably didn't know what 8-ball was. Probably till I was in my 20s, which is ironic that I knew straight pool for anything. But it's just one of them. Some days they're just not going to roll for you.
Yeah, they're
they're
not.
just
And
not going to roll for you.
But I'm not doing myself any favors, and you've seen me shoot. I think I'm a
you shoot
4-5.
very
I'm a
well.
capable 4-5.
Yeah.
I'm under 50% this session in 9-ball.
It's just a session. I mean,
It's
I
just a
wouldn't
session.
beat yourself
But,
up over it. Again, league play, you got to take with a grain of salt.
And I've had a few people over. Stu, you know Stu Shooter?
Yeah, uh-huh.
I had him over to play
Stu's a
straight
good guy.
pool a couple weeks ago. Both matches, he won 100 to something in the 30s. And there's a gap between Stu and I, but there's not a 70-ball gap between Stu and I. And he even said, he's like, I don't remember seeing you shoot like this. And it is 100% a confidence thing.
Yeah, the minute you
100%.
start, again, that's a TV table syndrome too.
Yeah.
If you see a player win 2-3 games on a TV table, you're going to see them start shining because they're gaining that confidence. So here we got, is this John Clark?
John Clark. Yep.
All right, yeah, we got John Clark versus Tracy. John Clark, more than a capable pool player. I think you're going to see a good game here.
Yeah, John's game has taken a step since
What's his chip
everything
count
got
right
back
now?
together here after COVID. John with 5 of 7 chips, so he's having a heck of a night so far.
He only has 2 losses in about, what,
Only
2 hours now?
Yep. And we're already 8 players eliminated, so we're already down to 16, I guess.
Okay.
We started with 24.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's check out the action here.
This is going to be an early night.
Unfriendly bump on the 8.
Yeah,
So
Tracy's-
here, right, that low right, but you want to hit it where the you want to just hit below the side pocket if you are playing to shoot this. You may see him go behind this group of balls. Hit it a little thick, which is the reason why he really went down the rail. Not a playable shot here.
Yeah, it looks like he almost was playing a 2-way because he's got position on the 2.
And he did go for it.
Ooh.
Tough ball.
Yeah, that
tough
was-
ball to make.
Yeah, I would not have tried to make that ball. I might have played the
So-
right
so
side of
from
the
here,
1 and tried to
What's
get
your
the
game
cue.
plan on the 3? You got the right side blocked.
Yeah, I would try and
Just like that. Good
Yep.
shots, right? So even though now he's kind of straight, he hit it perfect. He's going to come back. You don't want to get on the rail here. I'd rather hit this a little bit firmer than the weaker. Because that rail, it's tight.
Oh, wow.
Even if he didn't scratch, the next shot would have been almost
Would've been
unplayable.
tough. Yeah. He was just a little too straight
yeah.
on that.
So from here, right, I would have to make sure getting to the middle of the table after the 4-ball is the biggest priority, because you're going to have to draw straight out of that. No matter when they pocket this 4-ball, you're going to have to get straight enough to play the 6 in the same pocket.
Yep.
From here, it's a tall order. So from here, right, have about a half tip of outside English. Again, this is that confidence shot we're talking about.
Yep.
You can't let up on these, because when you let up, the ball will dive towards them balls. It's got to be a good medium to firm stroke, just like that.
That's going to be good.
He hit it perfect, right?
Yeah,
He stayed
that is
down, he
perfect.
follows through. Again, see how he played for the dead straight? Because you're going to have to play now where they're laying. He's going to be fine as long as he gets up to about where he is now. He can stun that across for that 7, and then really let it stroke out 2 rails to come up for the 8. But hey,
Yeah, he played the 5.
You
You
got
know
a
what?
really simple duck here, right? You're gonna hit it thin.
Yep.
You're gonna try to hit it with a little bit of outside, kind of freeze them on that 7-ball. The 9-ball should be snookered by the 9 anyway, right? So you're gonna have a hair outside English, right, with 2 rails. You still
Good
got
shot.
it.
Yeah,
you still
it's a
got
good
it.
shot.
All right, so you're playing there. You want to get as tight as you can to the 7, because you're taking that kick angle away when you do that.
I'm okay with him playing follow on the 5, just because the bridge was involved. I have a really hard time jacking up on the
You see,
bridge.
he's lining this up. I mean, it would be a pretty much luck shot anyway to make that. But you want to hit the right side of the 6, because you want the cue ball to head back towards the 7 and the 6 up table. You don't want to hit this crazy fool, because look what happens.
Yep.
They're both following together, and that's
Oh.
exactly the result you're going to get.
And look,
So
he just
you
gave him the
focus
angle to get on the
hitting
7.
that right side. The separation is the key there. Playing that is more of an exhibition shot. Wow, he really put a lot of right. I think took off on him. He's
I
going to
think
end up perfect.
He's going to be okay. Yeah.
He ended up good.
Well, and also that comes back to, if you're trying to play safe, you just want to control the position of one ball. You don't want to try and control the position of both.
Listen, keep it simple. Don't watch these guys on YouTube and you're like, oh,
yeah.
he went 3 rails with his little tight rail and he went around. A lot of the shots are kind of not common sense, but they can be seen. All right, Tracy Vega is the favorite to win another game here. It's a shame he lost so many so early. I'd like to know what happened. He's not playing bad at all.
No, he's playing great.
No. John Clark is still in the driver's seat. He's got 4 chips left out of 7.
Cesar Cortez.
I see
This
Carlo
should be a really good
Favaretto
matchup.
still on table 2. We got a chip count for Carlo.
Carlos only lost 1 after his loss in the first match of the night. He's got 3 of 5 left.
And like I told you after that first game, he's going to be back.
Yeah, he's been on table
he's
2 for a long
Listen,
time.
he is a streaky player. Once he finds it for the day, he usually keeps it. Again, he's getting older in age, so later in the night he gets a little bit. I call him my second dad. We're that tight. He's a great guy. I think we've been traveling up and down South Jersey shooting pool. He's always available to play, which is nice. He likes a couple of the slot machines too, which
absolutely.
makes us good friends.
I'll tell you what, though, the person that beats Carlo more often than anyone else is Carlo.
Yeah, the back can start hurting him after a while. But I'm telling you, I give his game a lot of respect. We play, we make a joke because it's usually I'll see him the hill and I'm like, I know you will, and it's usually a hill match. He plays good.
So Caesar's had a heck of a night. 4 of 5 chips. Caesar's only lost 1 all night.
You bid that one.
What's that?
That was the one we both went on top of each other for the bid, wasn't it?
Oh,
Was
it might have been.
Caesar?
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, you owe me half.
Yeah, and Rob.
It was Rob.
It was Rob. Yeah.
Somebody
else was.
I got bid down on.
Somebody
Caesar.
else was on you on
wanted
Caesar. Yeah.
I wanted Caesar, just because he's a slower style, and it caters the chip nonstop play.
Absolutely.
Billy Gallagher's on table 4. He's playing Tommy Little. They're close friends. They play a lot of league play together. We got
Billy
a chip count on
has,
Billy.
2 of 4. So he's
2
only
of
lost
4,
twice
so
all
he's
night.
still doing well. I mean, if we're having 4 chips to have 2 losses in 3 hours,
Yeah,
that's pretty
that's not
strong. That's what people don't realize. When you get down to the 4 chips, it gets rough.
Oh yeah. Any losses?
I couldn't
big.
cash with 4. I probably played in 5, 6. It's just a hard way to win. There's a couple players though, they love it, like Garrett Bell, another one.
Yeah, he doesn't
is
care.
a killer with the chip. Again, great player. But I told him, I said, if I could take your patience, I would be at 800. But I just don't have it.
The frustrating thing for me about pool, and this is going to sound obvious, but it's not, I always know what I did wrong. Immediately, I always know what I did wrong. Seldom do I walk away from the table and go, well, what could I have done better? I always know.
Are you under a shot clock?
No.
Then take
no,
your time,
I'm not.
Lee.
And that's the problem. Yeah,
Then
that's
take your
100%
time, Lee.
the problem. But I always know what I did wrong.
If you're undecided, keep looking. And here's the thing, right or wrong, commit to it.
Yep.
Commit to the
That's
shot.
probably my second problem.
No
is
matter
changing
what,
my mind
even
once
if it's
I'm
wrong,
down.
commit to it. Yeah, Hoagie, I love partnering with Carlo in the tournaments. He's just a good time. Win, lose, or draw, he's a lot of fun to be around. We were actually going to team up in a no handicap Scotch doubles. It ended up being canceled, but me and Carlo were going to team up and play together. But it ended up not happening. There was only like 6 teams signed up. Problem with no handicap tournaments in general, I call it no handicap equals no interest.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the fact is, again, the top 3% are going to get catered to, and then your regular player is going to shy away. That's why I'm really big on A, B, C, D. I do run no handicap tournaments for the better players that want that atmosphere, but 90% of them are handicapped for the general public.
Yeah, you're not going to fill a no handicap.
Now, if you get 16 players in a no handicap, actually, me and Brad were talking about this on the phone the other day about how many players can actually compete in the area in a no handicap. And we think we pretty much said 15 to 20, but
Yeah.
you would need all 15 to 20 to show up.
Yeah, which is tough.
Yeah, I mean, we're not in a very strong area for pool.
How many times you gonna call out?
Rugby special.
You're special. Oh, my case of the pool, the tournament, with my videos on.
And I want to go back and clarify something I said a minute ago as a compliment to Carlo, that Carlo's the person that beats Carlo most often.
No, I mean, I don't think he would take it to offense. He knows it, but it's his style. That quick,
that aggressive, yeah.
A lot of times, you could kind of spin your wheels shooting like that because I shoot like him. That quicker, I'm a pace player where I feel the shots. I may not shoot the right shot by book. It's how I felt at the moment. Sometimes I end up like you. I'm like, damn, I probably shouldn't have shot it that way.
Have taken
Right?
that. Yep.
But who doesn't do that? Again, you got professionals with 830 Fargos that are probably like, damn, I didn't hit that too well. Like I'm not taking it to offense.
And sometimes
Yeah, Hoagie. He definitely has no ego when it comes to this stuff at all. Even though you're the lower player, he's not going to treat you that way, and he's going to put a lot of faith in you to make hard shots, and that's big for the growth. I see a lot of with these like max 10, max 11. They want to leave them perfect.
right.
For the lower player.
Right.
No, you're not going to learn
You don't
anything.
no.
But here's the problem. You put a lot of pressure on me to do the right thing all the time. It's not going to work out that way.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I have a job. But like I told, like me and Brianna were going to play in a tournament that had to get postponed. And she said she was nervous. And I'm like, you're going to shoot hard shots. And you're going to miss. And you're going to make some of them. And you're going to feel really good when you make them. And it's going to grow some confidence. Like,
Yep.
And that's what it's all about.
And if the job doesn't work out, he'll just embezzle the money from the players.
I just talked you up, dude. I'm done.
I'll talk you up too.
Done.
I'll talk to you.
Caesar's taking a lot of time looking at this shot.
Caesar's definitely a more methodical player. I would say him and Billy Gallagher have the same pace.
Yeah, and they're not slow. Billy can put the brakes on it.
It's their style.
But-
I think, Billy shoots that well at that speed, and he's hard to beat because a lot of people don't play that slow, methodical game anymore.
Yep.
It's a quicker game. He's hard to beat anyway, but you can't play the player's pace that you're playing. You got to play your pace.
Play
Even
your
if you're in the chair, keep yourself occupied, because the minute you start getting upset or focused on how long you've been sitting, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done. Grab the phone.
Yeah.
Check Facebook for a second.
Yeah.
Give yourself a minute.
Browse Reddit.
Instead of sitting there going off because you've been sitting there for 10 minutes, fill your time up. Again, like I said, it's a mental game. He's going to try to carry him into this 7 ball. If he makes it, he should have a nice angle with the 6 to come back up for the 8 ball. I see him make. Oh, he's playing it safe.
Okay.
From here, I couldn't tell. He can definitely hit an edge of that ball. See, here's the problem here. You have to hit it thin, but you got to go across the table. So this is just outside English. Go between the 8 and 9 and head back up the table. We want maximum separation here. 1, 2. All right, he hit a little bit thicker, a little bit thinner than I would have liked, but he still got the.
Yeah, he got the position he
Yeah.
needed.
So here's where it gets kind of fishy, right? You got the ball hanging. How do you safe them back? You got a couple things, right? So thin, behind the 7. Even if you don't get the snooker, let the 7 take the potting angle away.
Yeah, get
right?
it in the game.
If worst case scenario, it's 9 feet away.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So at my game plan, perfect here. Take a piece of the 6 away, head up by where he's standing. So he's gonna hit a little bit easier. See that? The problem playing him tight to the pocket like that is you got
There
the
it
playable
is.
shot.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have let the cue ball run there, come back to where he was standing.
And that goes back to what we talked about earlier: is leave him long.
Yeah, leave him long, because they're gonna have to bear down and make that hard shot. And guess what? If you bear down and make the hard shot, you beat me. It is what it is.
Yep. Yeah, and rather than leaving this.
Nice to see Jason Erickson still running in the tournament.
Yeah, he's on his
he's
last chip now.
He's a great guy as well. He makes every tournament that he can.
Yeah.
Always wearing his hat, always wearing his jersey. Really respect him as a person. Travels a lot, really working on his game. Definitely getting better. He's definitely not a complainer. He doesn't care.
No.
He just wants to come
No.
play. Never really hear anything negative coming out of his mouth ever. All right, so we're going to go a little inside English here. He's going to go 3 rails. Hit a little too hard. You wouldn't want to stop.
Yeah,
Probably about 6 feet before that.
Wow. Yeah.
But he was feeling it. He
was.
crushed it. Looks like Tracy's hanging on here. All right, I'm going to take a short break and leave Lee. I'll be back in 1 minute.
All right, Joe, thanks. So if you're just tuning in, that's Joe Bassetti, local player. He runs the tournaments, runs the Pool Players Care nonprofit. And Joe's Venmo is in the comments if you'd like to donate to Pool Players Care. They have done benefits for local families at Christmas. They've done benefits for police unity. All good causes. So we are down to 12 players. We may have a short wait here. There's only one player on one chip. So I think we're going to have Carlo Favretto slide over here and play Tracy Vega. So this is a good matchup. Carlos only lost once since we saw him lose the first match of the night. And Carlos a very dangerous player when he's in the groove. Carlo with 3 of 5 chips left. There we go. All right, Carlo with the break. Big break, but nothing falls. So Tracy's... I'm not sure if you can see enough of this one to make a play on it. If not, we'll see a push. And Tracy calls a push. Tough play to the one, from the 1 to the 2 here. So Carlo just goes safe, but I think Tracy's got a window. Might even be able to cut this in the side and hold for the 2. That's a good shot. He's got the 2. Can play the 3 back up table. Or he can draw back and go same pocket. Yeah, I may have followed that one and just tried to play the 3 back up table. 4 in the same pocket. Stop shot for the 5. Tracy kicks that 3 across.
Tom Noel and Cesar Cortez, table 13. Tom Noel and Cesar Cortez, table 13.
Carlo pretty straight on this 6. He might have enough angle to just play this in that corner, come back with the 7 in the side.
Our guest commentator is outside blowing loads.
Mike's on.
It's a solid move. He's back.
He doesn't play this and follow it off that rail in the side.
Our guest commentator is outside blowing loads.
His pocket speed, this ball.
I said our guest commentator's outside
Just stops that. Lined up
Looks
for the
like
nine.
Tracy's going to retain his 2 chips. Got a little winning streak going here.
I'm sorry, table 3. I don't know why I just did that. That's table 3. Artie Correa and JLO at table 3.
Well, I get to smoke Tracy too.
We have 14. I miscommented earlier. I said we had 12 left. We have 14.
Sean Ford, table 1 TV table. Tracy Vega and Sean
All right, Sean Ford is up next to play against Tracy Vega.
Billy Gallagher and Bruce Brush on table 4. Billy Gallagher and Bruce Brush.
Easy to see when I'm here, you're there.
Julio Delator and Carlo
Then come to the middle.
table 12. Julio Delator and Carlo table 12.
Hey, I gotta go smoke Tracy Vega real quick. Yeah, you want to bet? It's me and Tracy. Okay. It should be 25 to 20, but it's not $2. It's like it's 20% odds. You're 25 to my 20. I'll split it with you.
Sean Ford,
Run it back.
Run it back.
2 of 7 chips remaining.
Don't do it, Chase. He won't pay. He still owes me 20.
All right, so now we got Sean Ford versus Tracy Vega.
What's Tracy got? Is this like 5 wins in a row
He's at least 4. I mean, I was outside probably 10 minutes.
now? Yeah.
And they had yeah, he's about 4 or 5 now, at least. I would say 5.
I think it's 5.
Yeah.
That's a good run with 2 chips left. It
I
takes him
told
from
you stay on that table. It's a tighter table, and it's broke in. You just showing up to it, trying to make balls, can be difficult.
and that takes him from 2 out of 7 where when he started was in a little bit of
Yeah.
trouble to right now tied for second behind Tom Little and Cesar Cortez. I'm sorry, Julio Delator has 4. He's only lost twice all night. But still right there. Tracy is right there, especially with another win or 2.
I can't tell if he could see an edge. I don't think he can. You're
don't
going to see a
think
push
so.
out here. Where do you push out? Where's the 2 ball? All right, so I would push this out to in line with pretty much the 2 ball towards the short rail, just for the fact that he makes it getting back, because you can't give that back. You know what? He's lining up like he might be able to see an edge of it. I don't know.
Oh.
It's
That
a
goes
tough
a different
push,
way.
though.
Ah,
It's a
see that? Now
you want to
gotta-
push
yeah.
again. Separation. Separation there would be the key. You want to make him come up with a good shot.
Yeah. Yeah, put him on this head rail.
Now I see a pro. They wouldn't leave it where I said, right? Because they're just going to draw it back like perfect. But here in Vineland, I would feel comfortable with just leaving that
Yeah,
harder
make
shot.
him draw that
Yeah.
4 feet after contact. Yeah.
You're going to see a safe here. He's going to cross the 1-2 ball. Oh, he went for it. Got away with it big time.
Yeah, he did.
That's a good hit, a good contact. That's all you can ask for there. Kind of left the 2 ball in no man's land. Doesn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, if it goes under the 8, you're bringing the 6 into play.
Wow, that worked out beautifully.
Sure did.
Cleared to 7. Middle of the table. Here's where you want to be. I can't tell.
I don't know that
It
he's-
looks like you got too much down, but you can go
Yeah.
rail first here. Hair outside. Hit it nice and firm.
Oh, that went. All right.
So apparently I'm talking too loud where he can hear me, so we're going to slow it down a little bit. All right, so Tracy's not out of the woods yet here. Gonna have to go a little low left. Oh, it went around. Okay.
Yep, came around. That's a good shot. That's a confident shot.
Again, just a half a tip low here. That medium stroke. You don't want to hit it too hard to go farther down the table.
Yeah, you just want to kind of draw it
That's
across.
good. A little too firm,
Yeah, a little
but
strong.
he's okay. Actually, yeah, it's a little out of line here. It's a testy shot here. This is just a hair outside. You're gonna have to come up to right where he's at now. It's not an easy shot. Missed it. Overcut it.
Yep.
Again, though,
He had the
far.
position.
He's got one pocket down there. It looks pretty straight.
Yeah, if he has angle, he's gonna have to come off the rail and go 2 or 3 rails to get back into position. Unless he draws this back.
Again, so far, just hard to keep a tight line on that cue ball straight back.
Yeah, he'd have to draw that across.
You
the
need a
table.
lot of cue power, really good placement. And he's asking Tracy Vega what he should do next. And Tracy's giving him the advice. You literally can't make this up. Again, apparently I'm not the only one that thinks highly of Tracy's game, asking what he's going to And Tracy will answer you. That's the
He's gonna
funniest
try and
part.
cut this backwards, I guess, right?
That's not going to happen. I would try to. Did he
Wow.
just cut that
Wow.
in? He did cut that in. Wow. Wow, he did cut it in.
And
He did make it. He
That's a
did
hell
make
of an
it.
out,
That's a
and it
hell of
might
an
be our
out.
out of the week.
Got a 5?
Sean Ford defeats Tracy Vega. That's a hell of a rack by Sean. And now it's he'll face Carlo Favretto coming back to table 1.
Good shot, man. Good shot, Nate. But that's going to be my last game for the night. Lee, I really appreciate you guys having me out here.
Absolutely,
I had
Joe.
a great time. If I have off another Friday in the near future, I'd love to do it again.
Yeah, come out.
All right,
Spend a
thank you,
couple
everybody,
hours
for
with us.
listening to me. I'm Joe Bassetti here from Pool Players Care, and have a great night, everybody.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe, for coming out. It's been a great experience. Once again, if you'd like to make a donation to Pool Players Care, very worthy charity, Joe's Venmo is in the comments. It's one of the top comments.
12, Tom Little and Julio Delatorre, table 12.
You can get him on Venmo. And it is I'm trying to find the message. It's at Joseph-Bassetti55 on Venmo. You can donate to Pool Players Care. It's in the comments.
Just a little bit. Jump on with Lee. Just do it.
You don't have to. No pressure.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Hey, Bree, when you get a chance when you're done, if you just want to do it real quick.
Pause
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
everything I want to see.
When you're done, all right.
Sensitivity. Show me sensitivity.
Oh, I got the noise gates off because there's no music.
All right.
So it's kind of live, yeah. All
How
right,
you doing?
JT Lowtech is going to join me for a couple of matches.
How you doing tonight, Lee?
Doing pretty well, JT. How you doing?
I'm making it.
Sean,
Sean D-
go ahead. I'm sorry. Sean's gonna break this rack. Tracy Vega had I guess it was a 5 or 6 rack run that Sean beat him on, with a hell of a shot on the 8 ball. Chip leaders right now are Tom Little and Julio Delator, each with 2. And we've got 12 players left in the field.
If you are knocked out of the tournament, we're going to do a one-time call for break and run tickets. Anybody who wants break and run, you can come up and buy them from Bree. Once the line is done, we are done selling tickets. If you're not in the tournament, if you're still in, you have plenty of time. Please don't come up and buy them if you're still in the tournament.
Carlo makes a 1, drifts over for the 2. I think he wanted to have a little more angle on this.
Yeah, he's definitely on the wrong side of the 2. He should have stayed on the right.
He makes it work, though. Puts a lot into that stroke to get back up on the 3.
He's probably going to have to bank this, or there's a nice safe to the left side.
Went for the cut and made it. That's a great shot. Come off the rail.
Definitely finding a stroke on that one.
This one's a little tricky. You want to put a little inside on this. Oh, no, he went the other way. Come around. That's going to work. Just enough angle to make that play up on the 8. That's a great shot.
A little bit of draw. He should be able to get out on this 9.
That's perfect. Just draws back. It's got the 9 straight in. That's for the win. That's a good rack from Carlo.
Not gonna lie, this is a lot different.
What's that?
It's a lot different.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You got my money back. We're good. I gotta go.
I'm just going to have a short delay. We're down to 11 players. We've got a couple of one-chip matches going on. See if we send another one out or if we go to our finals.
You beat me. How am I wrong? You got my money.
We got a great match coming up. Billy Gallagher and Tracy Vega. Tracy with 1 of 7 chips left. And Billy Gallagher with 2 of 4.
Tracy's been shooting really well tonight. Billy also.
Yeah, it seemed like he had a rough beginning to the night. He got to table 1 with 2 of 7 and then went on a 5. I guess it was a 5. I have to change the name. Tracy Vega. Oh, no. Billy Gallagher is what I got to put in.
Bye, buddy.
The worst is when you play poker, because they don't open that cage there. You got to walk all the way through the casino to catch it.
Yes. By design.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so Tracy wins the lag. He's going to break this one. We are down to 11. We've got, looks like Sean. No, that match didn't go out. Artie Cordero is playing John Clark. They're both 2 chips. Chip leader still Julio Delator having a great night. 3 of his original 6 left. Tom Little with 3 of 7. I don't think Billy's got to look at any part of that 1, so we'll see a push here. So any tournaments coming up, JT?
Not for me. I know that Pool Players Care had to cancel that chip tournament, but they were looking for a rescheduled date. That would be very nice when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't originally in that because I wasn't sure I was going to have the time, but I'll have to take a look at the new date.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Pool Players Care to post that new date, and we'll see how everything goes from there. We got a tough push out here. There's really no good way back to the 2-ball.
Yeah, the 2-ball's blocked. It's only got 2 pockets it goes in. Maybe 3 if it goes in that upper left, but it's tight. Billy's just so good at getting safe.
He's going to leave Tracy a shot here, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold it on the short rail. He's going to have to kick the 1 ball back to the opposite short rail.
It's not a bad play.
Billy could thin this 1 ball, leave him safe behind the 4.
It looks like that's what he's lining up for. Oh, no, he went for the cross side.
It's a little aggressive with that 2 ball. So contained.
Yeah, there wasn't really a bad shot to take there.
Still, I don't see an easy way back to the 2 ball here.
Now, even for Bill, and Bill has great cue control, he's taking a look at it. I mean, he'd almost want to be where he is right now.
I think if he pushes the 1 up to the right pocket, right corner, he might be able to play a nice safe on the 2 after that.
Yeah, you can see the 2 from that up table. And I think that's what he's looking at.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Also, guys, I did not put out the tip jar for Lee tonight. You can know me later. Lee definitely would appreciate any tips. If you guys would like to tip the stream, please walk right up to Lee and hand him the money. He can appreciate you. He will take it out of your pocket, any pocket. He'll take it anywhere, all for you.
Sadly, Billy rattled the pocket on that one.
There you go.
Yeah, still not terrible for Billy. Tracy plays that really well, though. Wow. If he can bump that 3.
He can cut it in, but he's going to have to play it off the 6. Keep ball off the 6. You don't quite know how he's going to land on the 3.
I've already put these tickets aside. This random row will be the last one to go in, so you won't need to wait to be the last person to go. Last call for tickets.
Thank you,
Do
Lee.
not
Thanks, Sean.
participate in the match. Once this line is completed, we won't sell any more tickets.
I knew it.
I was gonna frame this with the pube on it, but it fell off.
There's none down there. I could have stuck it there. Fuck yeah. Yeah. I got it right down the sides. Picture that, baby.
Try not to.
That's it.
It's a tough spot for Bill.
You gotta cut it back.
I think I'm off this bottom rail with a little bit of right.
Is this your glove? Cool glove, bro. Don't touch a balls. Like I said, you weren't getting any dick. You were just touching balls.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. What's that?
Now I see if I made the list.
Oh yeah. That that 8-ball shot had to make.
I asked him what he wanted me to do. JT was going to play safe, right? You would have shot that 8-ball.
As long as Billy strokes this center ball, a little bit of left, he can come back out for the 4-ball up in the corner.
No Saturday.
The 5-ball's got to go to the opposite corner pocket.
Yeah, he's just gonna hit this little low draw off that rail.
Brad, what time you got to be here by? Just make up a time like you normally do. For the tournament? Yeah.
Generally, the latest is 7:45. If we know your time.
He left himself a lot of angle, but he's going to have to go 2 rails here to get on the 5 correctly. Looks like he's going to come between the 9 and the 5.
It looks like that's his plan. Low right.
That's the good thing about the chips is it makes it so anybody can go.
Ended up a little long off the first rail, but he still will have a shot on the 5.
4 chips. But you, like if you're a lower player, then you'll get 7 or 8 chips. You know?
I think he'd rather have the opposite angle on this 5. Be able to follow off the
We'll get less chips.
I
far
agree.
rail and come back for the 6.
He's going to have to hit the short rail here, maybe draw between the 6 and the 7.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Every once in a while they run one here on Saturdays, but it's not.
All right, guys. Other than anybody in the matches, we will not be selling any more
Right.
tickets. That is it.
I might not be here Friday. Now, Brad always tries to throw me out.
That 6 might be a little further from the rail than it looks to be from our perspective,
Are you waiting to pay?
because he played that to
Jose,
stop.
It is.
It is. I feel like an idiot sometimes.
You have food, right, Jose? Little stuff.
Yeah, there was plenty of room. That 6 further off the rail than it looked.
Plenty of angle. He could play 1 rail forward, 8 in the side pocket.
Yeah, he's in a good spot. If he were to roll too far, he could go 8 in the corner and just follow up, get behind the 9. He switches hands for this shot.
That's a great shot.
Left-handed. Switched hands.
left-handed.
No.
Yeah, he only shoots the tournament right-handed because if not, he loses chips.
It's a nice little stun over right to the right side of the 8.
You got any pizza? Yeah. Slice, please. Well, something's filling. It's not real bad for you. Doesn't taste good. And it tastes
He's just going to draw this down towards us and play the 9 in the same pocket.
Beautiful tangent line shot there to get on the 9. Center pocket for Billy
Yep.
there on the 9.
All right, so we're going to have a short break, and then we'll be back with our break and run. We'll stick around here, and we'll be right back. All right, we've got matches coming out. We're going to have Tom Little and John Clark on table 1.
Artie and John Prado, table 12, Billy Gallagher and Julio Delator.
Tom, I believe, has 2 chips left, and John, or maybe 3, and John 2. We'll have to wait till the board gets turned back on. Tom, 3 out of 7.
Table 1, TV table. Table 2, Brian Massetti and Sean Ford. Table 3, Carlo and Caesar. Table 4, Artie and John Prado.
And John Clark on his last chip out of 7. 1 out of 7 for John. Yes, Tom Little is the chip leader.
What do you want to do? You want to break? All right, you break.
That's Tom Little at the bottom of your screen. John Clark at the top.
You know how you give a little kid a remote control? Tell him
Keep in mind, guys, please spread the word next week.
I gave him the mic, but it's off.
30 of that will go to the pot, and 10 of that goes
All right, John Clark with the break. After this, we'll have our break and run.
Yeah, coming out of high school. We're going to high school. My dad told me enjoy your hair now. Oh, really? Yeah. Just make it 50. Yeah, that's what I said too. I told him, I said, even if you lose players, you make the same amount of money and get out of here faster. No, I gotta play. I'm actually in the tournament.
Just hit your switch when you're ready.
Nice spreader on the break there, but he's going to give him a nice sight on the 1.
Yeah, the only thing tied up right now is the 3.
I might see a 3-5 combo here if he can get good off the 2.
Yeah, 3's. It's hard to see on the screen, but it looks like the 3's just enough to the right of the 9 to go.
Tom doesn't leave him easy here on the 1. He's going to have a lot of speed off cutting this 1 ball.
Yeah, he's really got to let this fly. That's a nice save.
Very good save. Nice kick and stick there.
It's close for a jump.
You don't realize how far the ball is off the rail.
They'll be predicting what they're supposed to do, and they won't do it, and then I'll be wrong every time.
That's exactly what's happening.
That's a bad hit. That's going to be ball in hand for John Clark.
I did commentary live.
Did you?
We're gonna draw some tickets. This is probably the best chance ever to win. Normally this thing is like full.
I mean, John's got Tom behind the 3-9.
9, 7, 8.
The 4's in the way as well. 6 in the way of a kick.
It's a green ticket.
This is a really tough hit. He's going to have to go 2 rails to make this.
5, 5, 8,
It's a good shot.
0, 5,
Again, leaving him very hard on the 1.
Caesar, check your tickets for 0, 5, 5, 8. Last 4. you have it, please rip it off and put it to the side.
Both these players are fine with banging this one around because I think of the position of the 3. We might see somebody take a shot if that 3 was open.
0602, 0602, I believe that
I'm not even sure if you can cut the 3 in if you get close to the 8 ball with the cue ball here.
0602.
Looks like he's going to get a good roll and
Yep.
safe him on the 1 here.
0558.
There's going to be a nice 2-rail kick at the 1.
Should be a DA. All right, just bring that ticket up when you get a chance. No, it's Carla, you verified it, right?
Played that a little soft. I should
Yeah.
have gone 2 rails and kicked the 1 out a little harder, and hopefully the 6 ball would have stopped the cue ball. Looks like he's going to have a nice shot at the 1 here. He can roll forward and take the 2 down in the corner.
Yeah, he's on the rail, so he's got really no choice but to roll forward. He's taking a look at the position he needs to be in on the 3.
Looks like he was looking at the 3 for a bank. Looks like he has enough angle to hit the long rail and come back out to the center of the table for the 3
Yeah,
ball.
just play this with some draw.
The exact break-in run amount is $9,524, $952 a ball.
Really couldn't ask for much more than that on the 3. Just want to draw this out. Yeah, it did. It was close. It was real close. Yeah, I think they're discussing if that was a bad hit. Yep, all right, and they agree it was a bad hit, so Tom with ball in hand. Just put a little angle on this 3 and draw up table for the 4.
He needs to stay on the left side of the 4 here to make sure he gets good on the 6.
Yep, that's perfect. And you can play this with stop. Play the 6 in the same pocket.
Absolutely. He can float it right into the long rail. Either angle will benefit the 7.
Yep, just drifts a little behind the 6.
You can play 1 rail forward to the short, come back out for the 7. He's going to have to go 2 rails off the 7 to get good on the 8.
Left himself a little long here, so I guess he's going to go for an extension. Yeah, almost just want to be a little bit towards the bottom of your screen, a center on that 7.
Looking from this angle, he's going to have to play into the 9 ball now. Maybe that will hold him for the 8 up table.
Yeah, he wanted to get a lot more action off of that cue. He might actually have a little more angle than it looks like here. Yeah, he did. Just undercut it. That one was deceiving. It looked like he actually had the And John keeps it simple.
It's a very nice center ball shot here, maybe a touch of draw. I mean, you could shoot the 9 ball in the same pocket as the 8.
Yeah, I wouldn't overplay this and try and come off the rail and come out. Perfect. It looked like he had the other angle to me, but that's perfect. All right, John Clark stays in this, takes Tom Little down to 1 chip. We're at 10 players. And we've got Sean Ford still playing. Brian Bassetti on the 6 on that. Trying to get our second camera working here. And it's not. Shit. Yeah, I can't get the... Use the iPhone as a webcam, but it's not working. All right, we got the break and run coming up. Cesar Cortez will be first. J.R. Rowe will be second. It's going to be live on stream. 9:31 a ball, I think it is. Or 9:50 something. We'll get the number here before Cesar breaks. Put the 10 ball up on the screen. Caesar's first. Carlo just gave him a better rack. We switched the magic rack about 3 weeks ago. Caesar breaks. I think he made the one, right? Yeah, Brad's going to remove the rack. Yeah, the colors are tough to see. He can see the 2.
Depending on if he could slip up next to the 10, he could possibly get on a 3-6 combo. But I think he's probably just going to take this 2-ball and cash out.
And unless he goes a little bit of high right here and tries to stay on that far rail for the 3. Oh, wait, is he going to get the 5 too? Wow.
Again, not a very easy shot on the 3, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be worried about getting on the 4 right here. He's already in, what is it, 956, I think, a ball? He's taking a look at that 4, though. Oh, man, look at this. And he's got to play on the 4. What do you think? Draw on this 4? Get around behind the 7-10?
I would do slight draw, left English. You don't want to hug the pocket too tight because you'll end up by the side pocket. You want to kind of let it open up and get a little bit up table. You should probably hit almost around where the center diamond is on the short rail.
He's at 38.08 right now, and he's going to go for this. Looks like he's playing this a little high.
The problem with playing high is if you don't stroke it good enough, you're going to run into the 9.
Yep. I'd actually be worried about clipping the 7 here, too. Yeah, I think I'd cash out. 100%. Wow, he played that perfect.
He did play it without the stroke to the 6.
Just didn't get, made the 4, didn't get himself in any trouble, and
But it's good money and you can't complain.
he's going for the 6 too. Oh. Okay, so he didn't take the 6, right?
If I heard that correctly, that's a $4,675 payout.
Yeah,
right
it didn't.
there.
So he didn't take the 6. He just took it for the heck of it. Yeah, $47.60. That's really good. So he took roughly half the pot, or exactly half the pot. Yeah. That was gutsy. The 3 was gutsy. The 4 was gutsy.
Every single shot there was not.
No, there were no
easy laid
gimmies.
out there.
And J.R. Roa now going for the same amount, $47.60. That's the lowest I think our break and run's been in about a year.
Yeah, I mean it's been a little while now that the per ball was worth under $1,000.
Yeah, it's been hanging. It's been hanging between 7 and 10. just don't make a big cloud. That's all. I usually do a double inhale and nothing comes out. Yeah. 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 This thing's I think I paid $40. It holds 3 mils. It's leaking a little bit right now. It's 55 milligrams. Yeah, it's high. Well, I was a pack and a half a day smoker.
Yeah, I guess you deserve that.
Yeah. And like I said, now I buy a pack every 2 weeks. Like it's. $4.76 a ball. Oh. So he gets to take the cue ball in hand and try and run out for 100.
Definitely no easy run out here. Looks like the 4 is tied up on the 8. Don't know if it will go to the left side of the 8 ball.
Yeah, the 1 to 2 isn't tough. 2 to 3, because of where the 9 is. See you, John. And he didn't get past the 3. All right, we're going to have a match coming up in just a couple of moments. We got matches going on 2, 3, and 4. As soon as they finish, we'll have our next matchup here on table 1. And while we wait for the next matchup, I'd like to give our advertisers a shout out. In Q-Silk, I've used, hang on a second. Q-Silk, I've used their table and shaft cleaner. They both work very well. Get in touch with Bryant Passarella to place an order, see if he's got some samples left. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, get in touch with Jen Walker of Remax Platinum Properties. Jen, I've known Jen a long time, trustworthy, integrity. Get in touch with Jen Walker. Pool Q Kickback Giveaways Facebook group and the sister group Production Q Kickback Giveaways, both run by our very own Carlo Favoretto. Great chances to win cues, cases, and other accessories. Get in touch with them today on Facebook. And Jersey Shore Shots Tap. Visit them at Jersey Shore Shots Tap to join a team, start your own team, heck, start a new league. It's JerseyShoreShotsTap.com. And JB Cases. Get the best protection for your cues at JBCases.com. Use their custom capes builder and build your own to spec, embroidery, colors, straps. You can pick it all at JBCases.com. Thanks to all of our advertisers. They help bring you this stream every week. The stream is supported by advertisers and donations. I'm not putting my Venmo up this week. In lieu of any donations you'd like to make to the stream, I'd appreciate if you make a donation to Pool Players Care. Joe Bassetti's Venmo information is in the comments. It's at Joseph-Bassetti55. If you're enjoying the stream this evening, please consider donating to Pool Players Care. Lots of worthy causes. on table 2, Caesar's on the 6 ball. Looks like table 3 is complete. Table 4, I'm not sure if that match is still going on. I think that match is done as well. So we're just waiting for Caesar and Brian Bassetti to finish up on table 2, and then we'll have our next matchup. All right, we are on the 8 ball on table, or I'm sorry, 7, getting to the 8 on table 2. And now on the 8, I would do the walk around, but I'm having trouble with the wireless camera. I'm going to work on that this week, get it solid. I've also got a gimbal, so it won't bounce around so much. But yeah, we're gonna have that ready to go for next week. And after this round, as soon as that table 2 is done, we're going to be down to 7 players. Because that's Cesar Cortez and Brian Bassetti, each with 1 chip. Brian right now shooting the 9. And he makes it. Brian has eliminated Cesar Cortez. So our chip leader right now, Carlo Favretto, with 2 chips. And then 6 players with 1. Those players are Tom Little, Billy Gallagher, Artie Cordero, Brian Bassetti, Tom Little, Julio Delatorre. It's hard to see this far away. And give me 1 second. John Prado is the last player with 1 chip. So we're down to 7. Every match is going to be a knockout with the exception of Carlos' match. That's a potential knockout. All right, we've got Billy Gallagher and John Prado coming up. Both players with 1 chip. Billy Gallagher with 1 of 4. John Prado, I believe, 1 of 7. That's Billy at the bottom, John at the top of your screen. All right, Billy Gallagher wins the leg and earns the break. So we've got this match will be a knockout match. We have Tom Little and Brian Bassetti. That'll be a knockout match. And Carlo and Julio Delator. If Carlo wins that, we would be down to 4 players. If Julio wins it, we'll be down to 5. And Bill Gallagher with the break. Nothing falls, so John Prado on the 1. One to 2. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. The 5 ball could come into play if he comes off that rail, so he's just going to play a safe here. I don't think that's where he wanted to be, although Billy's going to cut this in. He's got to watch his speed to hold for the 2 or come all the way down and back up. Could also play some draw, 2 rail. Goes for the safe. He should end up behind that 3-4 combo there. Yeah, that. He might have left a little look at the 1, but I think the 4's in the way. John got a kick at this 1 ball. It's a good hit, but it's going to leave Billy a look at the 1. An angle on this one to come back up table. Have the 3 on the side. Maybe just a little further than he wanted to be. Yeah, he shakes his head. He's not crazy about this. But he does have room to shoot past the 8 and not be jacked up over it. He's going to take another look. Nice touch on that. I'll play this with some draw and come across the table, I think. Yep, plays that with draw and draws over behind the 5. I'll just draw this off the 5, off the rail. Perfect on the 6. I think he's got just enough angle here to just slide over behind the 7. Let's leave himself some angle on the 7, get back up table on the 8. Bonnie, yes, it was Cesar Cortez and J.R. Roa. Cesar won 47-60 in the break and run. We're down to 6 as of right now. We'll be down to 5 after this rack. Everyone remaining with 1 chip. Just pocket speeds that 7. Draws that 8 ball 2, or draws that shot on the 8, 2 rails. And this for the win for Billy Gallagher. This would eliminate John Prado. Oh, he rattles that in and out. That's a tough miss. Billy just missed the 9. John Prado now a chance to eliminate Bill Gallagher with this 9-ball shot. Oh, he misses that shot. Billy's going to have another chance here. That was a big opportunity for John Prado, and now Bill Gallagher gets the chance to eliminate him again. And Bill Gallagher eliminates John Prado. We're down to 5. Somebody's going to get a bye this round, and we're going to have 2 matches. All right, we're going to have Carlo Favretto and Artie Cordero. Billy Gallagher and Julio Delatorre will play on table 2. And Tom Little with the bye. Every player remaining has 1 chip. That is Artie Cordero at the top of your screen. Carlo at the bottom. Artie Cordero, 1 of 6 chips left. So we're going to have another bye next round. We'll be down to 3 players. Not sure who would get the next one. It goes by matches played. Carlo breaks. Good spread, but nothing falls. Nothing tied up, but Artie's got a tough look at this one. The 2 ball in the way of the cut. Artie going for safe behind the 2, but that 1 just keeps rolling. If Carlo can get from the 1 to the 2, might be able to get out of this rack. And it looks like he's safe behind the 3. That might be what he was playing there, because it was 1 to 2 is tough shot. And Artie gets a piece of it. And off the 2, almost safe, but I think again Carlo can see it. I think we'll see a save here. It's not worth trying this 1 to 2. It makes the 1. Maybe my angle, it doesn't look like the 2 clears the 8, but maybe it does. Oh, went for the combo. That's not going to cost him, or it shouldn't. Leaves that 2 in a tough spot. Not an easy shot for Artie. another safe that's just off. I think Carlo can see this too. And this was some follow. Oh, it needs to be a little stronger to get behind that 3. I think the safe is the play here again. Oh, maybe that went. See you, Sean. Already on the 3. It's the 4 at the top of your screen, just to the left of the side pocket. That's a good save. I'm not sure if Carlo can see that 3 past the 9. It looks like he can from this angle, but it can be deceiving. Good play to get behind the 8. Artie's going to kick at this 3. That's going to be ball in hand for Carlo. Four to 5 is going to be the shot here. He's already looking at that. Go high left off that rail and come over behind the 4. Keep himself an angle to get up table. Doesn't want to be on the wants to be on the bottom side as you look at the screen of that 5 and have a little bit of angle to come out for the 6. Although now that I look at it, I'm not sure the 6 goes past the 7. I think it does, but I'm not sure. We'll see how Carlo plays this 5, and we'll be able to tell if the 6 goes past the 7 or not. I'm going to guess it doesn't. The way he played that to the far side of the 6. He can cut this 6 without worrying about a scratch, though, and run into that 7 first. Undercut it. Good shot by Artie. Drifts over. He's got the 7. I think I'll just play this in and try and come back across for the 8. Well, pocket speed. Holds for the 8 on that rail. Just play this with a little bit of low and come off that rail and cross the table for the 9. shot. This for the win for Artie. This would eliminate Carlo Favretto. Artie would be one of the final 3. Back on table 3, Billy Gallagher on the 7 ball. And that hangs. Carlo Favretto will eliminate Artie Cordero with this shot. Artie concedes it. And Carlo, one of the final 3. Julio Delatorre on the 7, back on table 3. One of Julio and Billy will be out after this. David, absolutely great. Absolutely right. This time of night, the 1 chip, these players have been playing for 3.5 hours. There's a little fatigue starting to set in, I'm sure, as we approach midnight. This is an early night compared to a normal night. We're usually around to this point, 1 o'clock in the morning. Julio has made the 7 back on table 2. He's got position on the 8. Looks like he can just follow it up table and have the 9. I'm kind of guessing at this, though. I don't have the best angle 3 tables away. All right, and he plays the 8 and follows up for the 9. And Julio Delatorre has eliminated Billy Gallagher. So your final 3 are Carlo Favretto, Tom Little, and Julio Delatorre. It's going to be Tom and Carlo on table 1. Julio gets the bye, so effectively Julio in the hot seat. Tom Little with 1 of 6 chips remaining. Carlo 1 of 5. All right. Sorry, I had to step away from the mic for a moment. Carlo made the 1. Carlo on the 2 after the miss by Tom. Just put some draw on this shot. Make the 3 and slide over to have that 4. Actually, no, more like center ball. Four to 5. He's going to have to follow this 4. Just needs to get past that 6, and I think he did. Misses that 5. Avoids the scratch and leaves Tom a tough shot. Let's see if Tom elects for the bank or the safe. Goes for the safe, just leaves Carlo a long full table shot. Wanted to hide behind that 7 and 9, but just rolled the cue out, but still leaves Carlo an 8-footer. Carlo goes aggressive on that, tries to make it on the bank in the corner. Ooh. And gets a favorable roll. Julio Delatorre sitting table side in the hot seat. Tom just gets safe and looks like he got the 5, mostly behind the 9. And good hit by Carlo. Looks like the 6 might be in the way there.
Thanks for hopping on.
I think Tom can see this past the 6. Little strong. Wow. Just rolled about 6 inches further than he wanted to. Cuts that 6 back into the side pocket. Just going to stop this one. Oh. That lines up pretty straight for Carlo. Let's see if he's got an angle on this that he could draw out to the middle of the table. He might have just enough angle to put some draw and slide towards the top of the table and give himself the 8. Although the way he's lining this up, he's going to play with follow, so it must be pretty straight. Oh, no, draws back. But it was straight. He didn't have the room to, didn't have the angle to draw out center table. And this is a little bit of a tester, but it goes, and he'll go 2 rails and be behind the 9 if he can make this. Perfect shot. 2 rails behind the 9. And this to face Julio Delatorre in the final. And he slams that home. Carlo Favretto and Julio Delatorre is your final. And Tom Little finishes 3rd. Take care. Not many people get to call me that.
I can.
Carlo wins the leg and earns the break. Julio with 1 of 6 chips left. Carlo 1 of 5. This is our final. Good night, Billy. Makes the 1 on the break, but just, I believe he overcut that too. So Julio on the 2 ball, not an easy shot. Well, you know what? Carlo also made the 3 on the break. Julio walks the 2 down the rail, but just drifts out. Carlo makes the 2, gets behind the 4. Makes the 4, draws back nicely for the 5. Actually, I believe the 8 ball's off the table as well. Yes, the 8 ball is off the table as well. Carlo plays the 6. 2 rails for position on the 7. He's just going to follow this. 2 rails and come around behind the 9. This for the tournament win for Carlo Favretto. And Carlo Favretto defeats Julio Delatorre. Carlo finishes 1st, Julio 2nd, Tom Little 3rd. On behalf of Brad Silver of Billiards Events and Tournaments, New Jersey Pool Scene, and Jose Garcia of QBall Billiards here in Vineland, New Jersey, I'm Lee Blanchard of New Jersey Billiard Streams. We'll see you next week, 7:30 every Friday night from QBall Billiards in Vineland, New Jersey. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next week.